Hello and welcome back to the Selenium tutorial. Last time we have learned about Selenium page object model. Thank you very much for your great response and feedback. Uh, Last time we have learned about what is page object model, what is page object model in Selenium, advantages of page object model, understanding page object model with the example, what is page factory. So, as I have mentioned that I have received great response and feedback, let's discuss about that feedback as well. Last time I have received feedback that before learning page object model directly, we should teach students basics of object-oriented programming. So I really agreed with this comment, and this video is basically created for object-oriented programming. Another feedback that before object-oriented programming, we should teach students fundamentals of programming. I have created this tutorial for Selenium learning. So uh, I will create another playlist for programming. But in this tutorial, I will stuck with Selenium tutorial. So if you want to learn fundamentals of programming, there is a very good resource in W3 schools. And if you would like to learn about Java, then there is a very good section in W3 schools regarding Java, in which there are a lot of topics covered. Uh, Here we also have object-oriented programming concepts. What is object-oriented programming? What are objects? What are classes, attributes? So you can learn from this great resource. I have covered all these things, and then I have start my automation. So this is a prerequisite for any automation engineer that he or she should learn programming language first and then start automation. So this is about this feedback. I also have received from one of my colleague uh, that channel quality is not up to the mark. So therefore, and the same response I have received in the video as well, that uh, death by PowerPoint. So therefore, I am using different software for recording this video. So this is about the last video, and also I would like to thank everyone that now I got 100 subscribers. Thank you very much for your love and yeah, feedback. So let's talk about today's video. This is about Selenium Page Object Model Part 2, in which I'll be discussing about object-oriented programming. Uh, so in conventional programming and procedural programming, it is about to write procedures or methods that perform operations on the data, while object-oriented programming is about creating objects that contain both data and methods. Uh, Particularly, object-oriented programming is a model that provides different types of concepts such as inheritance, abstraction, polymorphism, and there are other things as well, polymorphism, abstraction, objects, and other things in object-oriented programming, which you can learn from this resource as well, right? Uh, there are different examples of classes and objects that if there is a fruit class, we can create objects of apple, banana, mango, and same goes for car as well. So, uh, so I will discuss my last project in terms of object-oriented programming. So, I have demonstrated page object model Mercury login test in which I have distributed my program in different pages and classes. Like I have created a utils class in which I have a static global variables. So once again, what is static variable? Let's see that what is static variable all about. Static variable in Java is a variable which belongs to the class and initialize only once at the start of the execution. It is variable which belongs to the class and not to the object. It is possible to access a static variable from outside the class using the syntax class name dot variable name. So in my program in utils class, I have declared base URL, username and password as a static variable, and I have utilized these variables in login page class by uh, using sorry in login test class by calling class name dot variable name, class name and variable name. So we need not to create any object, and we just write class name and object name, and it is referring to these values, right? Okay, and then we have the page object uh, page in which we have page factory dot init element. Uh, we already have covered what is page factory, but I would like to discuss about the page object class, that what is page factory class. So besides using at the rate find by annotation instead of the driver dot find element, why uh, we need not to use driver dot find element? Because we have initialized um, init element in the page object page, and therefore we can use at the rate find by annotation, right? The static init elements method of page factory class is used to initialize all the UI elements on the page as soon as the page loads, right? So this is about why we have used this page object. And let's see about this page object class here. So we have this page object class, and in which we have a constructor in which we are passing web driver, and then we are using this dot driver keyword and this page factory dot init element. So if I will press control and uh, left click my mouse, it will show me the definition of this init elements method, right? But it is not our topic at the moment. I am only showing that I am initializing this init elements in which I am passing driver and this. So let's discuss about what is constructor. A constructor in Java is a special method that is used to initialize objects. The constructor is called when an object of a class is created. So it means that whenever object of created of a class, this constructor is called. This keyword refers to the current object in a method or constructor. Okay, so let's see other uh, other pages of the Mercury Mercury login test project. So in login page, which basically extends the page object model, and uh, it has variables and methods, right? So let's see, in login page we have extend this page object. This means that we are inheriting the page object class in login page. Uh, so we haven't discussed what is inheritance in Java. It is possible to inherit attributes and methods from one class to another. To inherit from a class, use the extends keyword. there is a very good explanation of inheritance in Java tutorial as well. You can refer inheritance from here as well. So in inheritance, we have distributed in two parts, like in superclass and child class. So subclass or child class can inherit superclass by using extends keyword. There is an example like class vehicle, in which we have one method honk, and we are extending this vehicle class in s- child class car, and after creating object of this car class, we can use this honk method. Say right? So uh, this is about inheritance, and we were discussing about login page variables and methods. uh, let's see about login class. So we have extend this page object class, and since I have mentioned that we already have initialized init elements, so we are using at the rate find by, and we need not to use driver dot find element, and you can see it is pretty simple to look into this. And after that, we have used this login page uh, constructor, and we have used this super keyword. So super keyword basically refers to the uh, parent class constructor. So it refers to this page object constructor. Okay, and then we have enter username, enter password, and press submission methods, which are calling in the login test class. You can see here that let's see, from the beginning we have created a driver object, and then we have before test, in which we have called class name utils dot variable base URL. Then we have created at the rate test annotation in which basically consists of validate login test method. We have created the object of this login page class, and then we are calling enter username, enter password, and press submit button. In enter username, we are submitting username from the utils class, utils dot username. Similarly, enter password, we are submitting utils dot password, and then after this test, we are calling at the rate after test, in which we are clean up the code. So this is all about today's demonstration in with respect to object-oriented programming concept. If you have any feedback, you can definitely share this uh, in the comment section of this video. Thank you for watching. Take care.